Most of
This
you
conference
find
will now
the
be recorded.
difficult. But as per me, according to me, if you believe me, then I believe that reading part B is difficult. Reading part C is a bit easier than reading part B. And the easiest part is reading part A that I already told you. So whenever it comes to the difficulty level of reading section of OET examination, the difficulty level in descending order would be reading part B, C and A. But we know that the maximum number of questions come from reading part A. Uh, Reading part C is of 16 questions and 16 marks. So reading part C and reading part A would be the ones who would be able to make you qualify OET examination, because if you achieve 30 marks in reading section of OET, you would be able to grab a B band, a B score in a B grade in the reading section. If you attend these classes and you follow the pedagogies that have been given to you during our sessions by Dr. Bhavna or whether by me, you would be able to grab A very easily also in OET examination. So OET reading, part A consists of 20 marks, 20 questions, part B 6 questions, part C 16 questions of 16 marks. And during the last to last session, we learned strategies to crack reading part A using the Manut's mantra, which was Greek. If you missed this session of ours, you can watch this session on our YouTube channel with the same name, that is Teach You Academy, on the platform YouTube, and you would be able to grab and learn all the technicalities to score full marks in reading part A by using Manut's mantra, which was Greek. Also, during the last session, we learned strategies to crack reading part B using the Manut's mantra quote. Again, I want to tell you that if you missed this session also, the session is available on YouTube channel of Teach You Academy. You can watch it, and I believe and I assure you that if you follow these Manut's mantras, which was Greek for reading part A and quote for reading part B, you would be able to achieve the maximum of marks in both these subsections of reading, that is part A and part B. But now, today we are here to learn how to crack reading part C with full marks. And as people find reading part C a nightmare, believe me, it's not a nightmare. It's a dream come true for those who are aspiring to crack OET in flying colors. So if you are wishing and if you are aspiring to crack the OET examination in full marks in flying colors, then it is possible. It's not a nightmare. It's not a wild dream. Rather, it would be a dream come true for all of you. But just stay tuned throughout the session and follow the pedagogies and the tricks and tips that I will be giving you throughout these sessions. So reading part C, as I told you even earlier, that it comprises of two texts, text 1 and text 2. And each text is followed by 8 questions each. So in reading part C, there are 16 questions in totality. You have 16 questions in reading part C, and there are two texts, text 1 and text 2. And both the texts are followed by 8 questions each. So you have in totality 8 questions for text 1 and again 8 questions for text 2. So summing up both the questions from both the texts, you have in total 16 questions, and one question carries 1 mark. So you have 16 marks for 16 questions. Now, if you are able to solve approximately 12 questions, let us say, if your 12 answers are correct, 12 answers from part C, and you have 6 questions in reading part B. So if you are able to achieve 4 marks here, 12 and 4 make 16. So now you only need 14 marks from reading part A to pass the OET reading section in 30 marks. And this, what I'm telling you, is the minimum of the marks that you would be able to achieve if you follow the tips and tricks given at Teach You Academy by either Dr. Bhavna or by me. I believe you would be able to achieve far more better marks, more than 30 in this OET examination. So today, let us learn how to crack reading part C in full marks. So this is the layout of reading part C. I told you even earlier that you have 16 questions. Now, to achieve full marks in reading part C, what you have to do is to follow Manut's mantra. Whenever I take a session, I always give you a Manut's mantra. And this Manut's mantra is one trick with which you would be able to achieve maximum of marks, whichever section it is. May it be the writing section or may it be this reading section that I have taken till now. In days to come, we would also be taking listening and speaking with all of you. And we would be giving you more mantras like this to achieve all the 4 sections of OET. That is reading, writing, speaking, and listening. So now, Manut's mantra for reading part C is repost. Ladies and gentlemen, like always, I gave you Manut's mantra for reading part A, which was Greek. For reading part B, it was quote. And for reading part C, Manut's mantra is repost. Now let us see what this mantra is all about. So just tighten up your seat belts. We are about to go and learn this trick, this Manut's mantra, to crack reading part C entirely and completely. So just stay focused over here. Now let us see what this repost is all about. So ladies and gentlemen, R-E-P-O-S-T. R stands for first you read the question. What you have to do is that first of all, read the question. Then examine the keyword given in the question. For example, the name of certain person who is giving his or her view. You can also have certain words that are similarly in the question as they are in the paragraphs of the text. But believe me, the examiner is going to change words. So for the first thing that you have to do in reading part C is that you first read the question, examine the keywords, and in the question it is given to you that from where the question is coming. That is the question from paragraph A, the second paragraph, the third paragraph, the fourth paragraph, and so on. So in the question itself, it is mentioned as to which paragraph the examiner wants you to go. The examiner wants you to jump up to. So what you have to do is that read the question. You just read the question, examine the keyword given in the question, and immediately run to the paragraph. You just go to the paragraph. After the paragraph, you come back to the options. After the paragraph, you come to the options and look for synonyms in the question and the paragraph. You look for the synonyms in the paragraph and in the question. For example, in the paragraph, it is given to you grace. Grace. And in the question, there is the word splendid. So both are synonyms of each other. Splendor and grace. Both are synonyms of each other. So this is up to you that what is your knowledge of the English language? Do you remember synonyms, antonyms, and other words like this? And lastly, what you have to do is you have to recognize the opinions of the author and others mentioned in the text. The author would be mentioning his or her views, and the author would also be mentioning the views of other people, other doctors, and other researchers in the text. So this is what repost is all about you. The Manut's mantra for part C was repost, and once again, I'll explain to you what this repost is. Repost is you read the question first, examine the keywords, read the question, examine the keyword in the question. then run to the paragraph, go to the paragraph, and then come back again to the options, and you detect which options are wrong and which one is the correct, and the correct one is your answer. Then what you have to do is that you have to look for the synonyms, synonym or antonyms, the words that are given in the question and the similar or the opposite words given in the paragraph. And lastly, you have to recognize the thoughts and views of the author and other people in the text. So today we will take a sample paper from the official OET website, and we will see that whether this Manut's mantra apply or not in practical world, in practical knowledge, because whatever we have to do with the question paper is practicality. So today we will see that the Manut's mantra that I have given to you, which is repost, is it really applicable while solving questions? You can take a glance at this acronym of Manut's mantra once again. First, read the question, examine the keywords, go to the paragraph immediately, come back to the options, try to recognize synonyms and the thoughts of the author and others. So this was our repost. Now, with the help of this Manut's mantra, that is repost, we will try to solve a sample paper from the official website of OET. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a sample test one from the official OET website, and it is about sleep deprivation. You can see it on your screens clearly. I have maximized the text size for all of you. I assume you would be able to ascertain as to what it is all about. Sleep deprivation. Without reading the text about sleep deprivation, what we will do is that we will try to follow Manut's mantra first. So Manut's mantra says that first you read the question. Manut's mantra was repost. Repost. So what does it say? Read the question first and examine the keywords. So let us see. Our question is in the first paragraph. It's the first paragraph. Okay. The writer uses Eve Van Cotter's words. Eve Van Cotter's words to. Now the question is that in the first paragraph, the writer has used the opinion of Eve Van Cotter for what? So what we will do is that without reading the entire text, we will immediately run to the paragraph, because this is what Manut's mantra says. Read the question, examine the keyword. So we read the question, we examined the keyword, and now we have to run to the paragraph. Now we have to run to the paragraph. So go to paragraph number 1 and let us read it. So paragraph 1 says, this is paragraph 1. Millions of people who suffer sleep problems also suffer myriad health burdens. In addition to emotional distress and cognitive impairments, these can include high blood pressure, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. In the studies we have done, almost every variable we measured was affected. There's not a system in the body that's not affected by sleep. So they are saying that the entire body is affected by sleep. And they are also saying that a researcher from the University of Chicago, E. Van Cotter, is saying that every time we sleep deprive ourselves, things go wrong. So here is the answer. The answer is here. Now this was our question. And what do you say what the answer is? What is E. Van Cotter saying? E. Van Cotter is not saying the causes of sleep deprivation. He is saying about the impact of sleep deprivation. So this is our answer. Answer B. So for question number 7, our answer is B, because this is what Eve Van Cotter saying, that sleep deprivation affect us very, sleep deprivation affect us very badly. So our answer is the answer B. So did you see? We used Manus Mantra repost and the answer is there. We first of all, we read the question, then we recognized the keyword. The keyword was first paragraph and E. Van Cotter's words, the opinion of E. Van Cotter. Then we went to the paragraph, where then we came to the options, and then what we did was we tried to recognize synonyms, but here there was no synonym. So we read the thought of the author, and others. And who was the other person whose thought was here? He was E. Van Cotter. So Manu's mantra is 100% applicable here. You cannot say that Manu's mantra is not applicable. You can go to various sources of information and you will see that people are saying read the text thoroughly, read between the lines, and devote most of your time in reading the text. If I will only read the text and I will waste all my time in reading the text, then where would I be able to solve these 16 questions? We have 6 questions in part B and 16 questions here, and we have only 45 minutes. So how would we be able to solve all these questions? This is why people do not achieve or pass this reading, and they say that how do we pass reading part C? Manu sir, please teach us. Please teach us. There is nothing I can teach you. I can only give you methods. You run with wisdom. Many people will say to you that read the text, read the text, read the text. Of course, we are reading the text, but let us find out what to read and what to leave. So Manu's mantra will make you able to solve the questions thoroughly and correct. Now let us come to question number 8. Question number 8. What do we learn about sleep in the second paragraph? So apply Manu's mantra, read the question, recognize the keyword, repost. This is what repost. Read the question, examine keyword, and then go to the paragraph. So what we are doing here is that we are reading the question, then the keyword here is learning about sleep in the second paragraph. So run to the second paragraph. Let us come to the second paragraph. A common refrain among sleep scientists about 2 decades ago was that sleep was performed by the brain in the interest of the brain. So they are saying that 20 years ago, people used to say that the brain makes you sleep because the brain needs the sleep. Okay. So now what we are doing, that wasn't a fully elaborated theory, but it wasn't wrong. So they are saying that this theory wasn't fully elaborated, but it was also not wrong. Numerous recent studies have hinted and they have confirmed that neurological function and cognition messed up sleep loss, with the patient's reaction time, mood, and judgment all suffering if they are kept awake too long. So they are saying that the study that was made 20 years ago is true now also. So let us come to our options now. Question number 8, and the options are: scientific opinion has changed. No, it hasn't changed. There is controversy about in the past. No, researchers, sir, have tended to confirm the idea. Yes, this is the answer. The researchers have confirmed this earlier idea. So this is what was given in the paragraph also, that a common refrain 2 decades ago, but it wasn't wrong. Numerous recent studies have confirmed this. So with the help of Manu's mantra, I solved question number 8. So this is what I was telling you, that Manu's mantra is not wrong. It's not entirely wrong. If you follow Manu's mantra, that is reposed in reading part C, you come up with the right answer. You come up with the right answer. Let us solve one more question. What particularly impressed Bob McCarley of Harvard Medical School? So first we read the question, then we recognize the keyword. The keyword was what impressed Bob McCarley. So Bob McCarley was impressed by what? Okay, so this is our question. Now we will go to the text. Here we haven't been given which paragraph. So we will search the name of Bob McCarley very hurriedly to see where in which paragraph there is a mention of Bob McCarley. So let us run to the text and let us see where Bob McCarley is given. Here it's given. See, in 1997, Bob McCarley and colleagues at Harvard Medical School found that when they kept cats awake by playing with them, a compound known as adenosine increased in the basal forebrain as the sleepy felines stayed up. So this is what they learned, that a hormone is induced. So the answer is very clear. Let us come to the options. That is it given in the options also. So let us come to question number 9. Question was, what impressed Bob McCarley? What impressed Bob McCarley? The effectiveness of adenosine as a sedative, the influence of caffeine on adenosine receptors, the simultaneous production of adenosine and adenosine receptors. This is the correct answer, because there was a production of adenosine when cats were remain awake. Here it is given. Let you see once again that a compound adenosine increased and returned to normal levels when they were allowed to sleep. He also found out that administering adenosine to the basal forebrain acted as a sedative, putting animals to sleep. So all the options that were given, everything was given here, but the question was that what impressed Bob McCarley? What impressed him? So we have to find that why was Bob McCarley impressed? So Bob McCarley was impressed that adenosine, production of adenosine. So this is what our answer is. Answer C. Answer C is our answer. The simultaneous production of adenosine and adenosine receptors. So today in this session, we studied that when we applied Manu's mantra, to reading part C of OET, all questions come up with the right answer. So there are other questions also in this section. Let us come to question number 10. In the third paragraph, what ideas emphasized by the phrase by no means the be all and end all? So they are saying that what idea is, what is the this phrase saying? By no means the be all and end all. So let us see. Let us come to the third paragraph. Here it is given. By no means and be all and end all of sleep deprivations affects on the brain. Sign levels do not reflect the sleep deprivation effect on the brain or the body. They are saying that whenever a person is left awake, adenosine produces. Adenosine is produced and receptors are also produced. But they are saying that what does this phrase mean? So this phrase means that it has no effect of sleep deprivation, and it is given in option number A. Sleep deprivation has consequences beyond its impact on adenosine levels. So this is what that there is not a direct link between the production of adenosine and sleep deprivation. Here it is said in option number A. Sleep deprivation has consequences beyond its impact on adenosine levels. So you cannot say that if you are left awake and if you are deprived of sleep, only adenosine will be produced. No, there are far more consequences. By no, the adenosine production is not the only consequence. This is what is said here. It is said, please read here, by no means the be all and end all, only and only effect. But there are far more effects of sleep deprivation on the brain and the body also. So our correct answer was option A. So with this notion, you can solve other questions also from the official OET website and try to apply Manut's mantra in all the reading sections. For reading section A, Manut's mantra was Greek. If you missed, you can watch it on our YouTube page. For reading part B, it was quote. And for reading part C, Manut's mantra was repose that we just now discussed. So I assume and I hope that you had a wonderful session today. We would be coming up with more techniques and tricks to learn all the sections of OET examination, may it be reading, writing, speaking, or listening. Stay tuned with us throughout all the sessions. It was very nice to be with all of you. Thank you very much. Rest up to the members of Teach You Academy. Please grant me a leave now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Manu sir, for the wonderful session. And I hope from now, if you apply Manu's mantra, reading part C is quite easier for everyone from now. So thank you, Manu sir, and I appreciate Manu sir. He just discharged today from the hospital and he came straight to take the session. So thank you guys for joining us today, and hope everyone will pass this OET test. And thank you. And we are wrapping for today. Thanks.